Hello, everybody out there in podcast land. This is Travis with the Broken Battery Pop Culture Podcast, brought to you, as always, by Broken Battery Entertainment. We want to thank everybody out there listening to us. I, of course, am Travis, and I am joined today by
Joseph,
not Joe. He says, not today.
Not today. We're not going by that name.
No, absolutely not. And, well, today we're going to get right into the thick of it because this is a topic I'm passionate about. I love the whole concept of this in video games, movies, TV shows, you name it. But before we do this, I am going to talk about, we're going to do our usual segment, which is spotlight on a certain type of media, be it movies, TV show, video games, you name it. The one I want to mention today is Killer Instinct. It's an older fighting game, and I know it came out on Gold Pass on Xbox.
It's spectacular.
It is one of the coolest fighting games.
And
period.
its original form, everything. I mean, it is just top notch.
It's muy bueno for those who Espanol is fluent.
In Espanol, yeah. No, you can't do any better than Killer Instinct.
No. And like a lot of people out there are more like, oh yeah, I know Mortal Kombat and I know Street Fighter because they've been up with it and all that stuff.
No, Killer Instinct was that game that was just like a complete, like, even if you didn't know what you were doing, you could get a combo going, button masher, just based on any move that you ever did from anybody else.
97 hit combo. Yeah, and you're like, what did just happen?
It's just so good. And then on top of that, though, you know what, though? Wait for it to drop. I don't know, but you've got any arcade nerds out there right now. The Arcade 1-Up Killer Instinct cabinet with Killer Instinct 1 and Killer Instinct 2 with Battletoads is going to drop soon. You should pick it up. I think it's going to retail for about $3.99. Lit Marquee, Riser. It's going to be spectacular.
Spectacular. So give it a C. It's quite the amazing game. I mean, for those fighting game fans, enthusiasts. But, Joe, the topic I'm going to talk about today, and it's something, like I said, I just mentioned, that it's near and dear to my heart. I've loved them ever since I was a kid, is zombie media, like zombie movies, zombie TV shows, zombie video games, zombie.
I mean, it pretty much just stops at Night of the Living Dead, and then it just kind of gets progressively worse from there.
Oh, I don't know. Dawn of the Dead was a step up.
Nah, no. I kid. No. The zombie universe has really, really, taken its form.
Oh, it has.
Throughout media coming up, just everything. It's worked its way into mainstream media.
A little bit too much, I think, sometimes.
I mean, my mom hates Walking Dead.
She hates The Walking Dead?
Oh, yeah. My dad's the same way. He's like, what is actually going on here? And I was like, well, I mean, they have problems.
They have problems and they're zombies.
Yeah, I was like, people have problems. There's zombies. It's coming up. And he's like, that shit's stupid. And I was like, but is it?
But the question is, would you rather deal with zombies or pay bills? That's the question I want to ask. I think I'd rather deal with zombies than have to pay bills all the time.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Mom and dad just aren't seeing it the way that I see it. But my dad's always just like, that shit's stupid. And I was like, but you haven't been watching it. He's like, no, I don't care. He tells me, and I was like, but I mean, you got to watch it from the beginning. It's a beautiful narrative. People, their problems, and there's a bunch of zombies trying to eat them.
Absolutely.
And it's just the way it is.
Well, the thing is, okay, maybe I should take a step back. I don't really think... I can't put all of zombies into one podcast, okay? So I got to narrow the topic down a little bit, Joe.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about why older zombie stuff, like the Romero, Return of the Living Dead, things like that, are infinitely better than the stuff out now.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're going to start with George A. Romero. Rest in peace, sir. You did a great service by not copyrighting the name Night of the Living Dead, and it became public domain.
No.
And everybody
didn't give a shit.
I don't think he did
No,
either.
he did well, and he has that new movie that they're starting to film. Like,
No, he's
as of
dead.
late. No, they're starting to film his like last one. I can't even remember.
Oh,
what
he
it's
did some
called.
principal footage on it.
Yes,
Yeah. I forgot about that.
It's Twilight or something. I don't know. Some point in the Day of the Dead.
Something in the week cycle of the dead.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure about that.
Soul of the Walking Dead.
Of the
or
dead
the
that
Night of the
won't
Dead
die.
Yeah,
It's something dead involved.
Yeah, no.
But I have to say, the first time I saw Night of the Living Dead, obviously black and white pictures were not a thing anymore.
Right.
My dad made me watch it with him, and it scared the living shit out of me.
It's actually quite terrifying.
It's terrifying. I mean, even my niece.
But did you
watched
watch? Did you watch the original or did you watch the like '93 remake?
I didn't do the Tom Savini remake.
Okay, but that was good too.
It was good.
It was really, really good.
Except for the fact when Barbara started losing her shit. She's like, and she started freaking out. And I'm like, yeah, we get it. We get it. You're a strong woman. Good for you. Good for you. But you don't need to scream because that's going to bring more zombies to you.
They're us. We're them.
Okay. Like, I am not them. I am so not them. You do not have. There's no comparison. I'm sorry. I can't.
That's
right. But anyway, Night of the Living Dead. And the funny thing was, it broke a lot of barriers, right? It had the first African American hero. Like, he was like the first protagonist. And the funny thing was,
You know,
it wasn't planned that way.
I just want to say it. Yeah, exactly. Like it wasn't even meant to be that way.
He was the best actor.
Yeah. No, I mean he was the absolute best actor, and I don't even know his name. I apologize for that. But
I met him, and I don't even know his name.
yeah, yeah. I mean he was great, absolutely fantastic in that movie.
Absolutely. And, like, you know, it was just amazing how Barbara just kind of sat there like a lump of shit the whole time. You're like, I get it. You got shell shock. You saw somebody kill your brother. Only at the end did you get lively.
Yeah.
Only at the end.
Well, I mean, she stepped up when the time came. You know.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
When the shit was hitting the fan, she stepped up. Barbara was right in.
Yeah, I met her as well. Lovely, lovely woman. And she's like, oh, I didn't expect this to last so long. I'm like, well, it really didn't last this long. I mean, you're in an iconic role. So it's a pretty badass situation you were in. So Romero kind of just totally... He started a new genre.
It was Dwayne L. Jones, by the way.
Dwayne, that's what it was. Thank you, Joe.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Google's our friend.
Google's our friend. And, you know, you could really see that a lot of people took cues from this movie. Tons of people took cues from this movie. Not just the fact they're like, oh, zombies, corpses are getting up and eating people. It's just the story structure, how everything went. And then Romero moved on from there to, I have to say, one of my top 3 favorite movies of all times, Dawn of the Dead. Oh, fuck me, that movie is great.
Right.
And
In the original and the remake.
Oh, yeah, the remake was really good, too. I give you mad props, Zack Snyder.
Yes.
Dawn of the Dead, you used fast zombies. It was enjoyable. I mean, it was the same story, but you took your own spin on it and you just whirled it around. Mm-hmm. And it was enjoyable. No. I really liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah. I mean,
it was a set in a better time.
It was set in a better time.
It was more relatable, even though like, you know, like in the original, I mean, that was, you know, I was that age when it came out, and it was like, oh, we're gonna be trapped in a mall, we're gonna be doing all this stuff, you know? Like, it's.
I mean, I could think of worse place to be trapped in.
Yeah.
Because if you take a step back and not move on with Romero, and you go to Return of the Living Dead, you could be stuck in a fucking mortuary or a factory. Yeah, right. Like, it wasn't even a factory; it was a storage house. Okay, and the thing about Return of the Living Dead that a lot of people always overlook is it's its own good story. It takes its own spin on it, and the zombies aren't easily killed in that thing. In fact, those things are hardy. They're bastards. They're so hard.
But don't they just always go down? They go down brain.
No,
they don't. Go down?
Oh no, because they hit one of them in the head with a pickaxe. Like, they cut its head off. I mean, well, they cut its head off. Remember, they had to straight up burn them.
Yeah, you're right. And then they burned them, and then the guys got infected. Oh, no.
The guy's got infected, and
when the chemical released.
Yeah. So what it is in Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, which we'll talk about in a second, they never explained what the fuck happened with why it caused it. All right, they never did.
They never do.
They never do, except for Resident Evil. Resident Evil, they explain it. Hey, it's a virus. People made it. We're a bunch of shitheads. We brought zombies back. They're eating people.
You're right, and they were trying to cover it up.
Yes,
blah blah blah.
But like they give you like little clues, little Easter eggs in the original Night of the Living Dead. They're like, oh, this probe went near Jupiter and came back with radiation, and I'm like, okay, so you just kind of put random scientific words together, and it kind of popped out.
I thought it was pretty spectacular that they got a probe back from Jupiter.
Dude, my Bluetooth doesn't even reach out to the end of the block. Are you gonna do that shit in 1960?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
So anyway, Return of the Living Dead. They gave an explanation on this. It was a chemical that the army made that made pot not get you high.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't remember. It's like dioxin.
See, that's the problem when you fuck with nature.
You don't fuck with nature.
You don't want to fuck with nature.
Why are you fucking with nature? So anyway, the side effect from them destroying the good attributes of pot for people, it brought the dead back to life. Who would have thought? Go figure.
This is just a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. So anyway,
even if you don't smoke, it's just like, what's the point?
And the difference,
it's a lot of effort.
The difference between this is like in the Romero stuff, you hit a zombie in the head, like Walking Dead, they go down. Like I destroyed the brains.
Boom, bitch goes down.
Boom. Return of the Living Dead, no. They are fucking juggernauts. You can dismember them and shit like that, and they still keep coming at you. And yeah, and they actually gave an explanation even further in that movie of why they eat brains. They're like,
because it hurts to be dead.
Because it hurts to be dead.
When they strap that chick to the table,
which fucked me up when I was a little kid.
Yeah, no, dude, that was pretty fucking
cool.
I mean, I guess cool.
It was cool.
Just like, wow, okay.
But no, the thing about that movie is like, I remember I watched it over my buddy's house because my mom wouldn't let me watch it because
same
straight up.
My mom would not let me watch any shit like that. She's like, nope, you're not. No, I'm not dealing with you not going to bed.
And the fact there's this full on beaver shot in this. Remember the chick got up on the graveyard up on top of what was it? Was it like a tombstone or was it some type of like,
I don't know.
Whatever it was, she was buck ass nude dancing around, and this was like the girl that was in all the 80 horror movies, and she was always that slut. So I mean, you did a great job.
Bung.
You got typecast. Bung. Well, and anyway, Return of the Living Dead spawned a couple of sequels and a couple more sequels after that. They went straight to TV.
Rave from the Grave.
Rave from the Grave.
Remember that one?
Oh,
that
God.
was a pile of shit.
And this is kind of where we're going with this. Is like, as it went on, the genre got worse, okay? I can honestly say that Day of the Dead, which is the third Romero zombie movie, it had the best special effects because that movie honestly scared me with how the special effects were.
That's the one in the
bunker,
army base bunker with the helicopter thing. Yeah, that was good. That was good. And
then, but I have a question: is why does every like military commander in these movies got to be a complete cocksucker?
I don't know. I mean, you would think at the point of the whole crisis, everything that's going on, at some point you're just going to be like, all right, we just, let's just sympathize. Yeah. Let's just do our part. Let's just try to survive.
Yeah.
But no, they're just straight up freaking
dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 12 of them. There's 12 of them in this fucking bunker. And they're like, I'm running this freak show, Frankenstein. And I'm like, and obviously he's talking to one of the scientists that obviously know more than him.
Right. Or at least, I mean, just know more than him.
Period.
Yeah, period.
But I got to say, that guy did play a good dick captain in that. But the thing is okay, yeah, they set the groundwork for this. But, there's a loss of quality between Dawn of the Dead to Day of the Dead, from Return of the Living Dead to Return of the Living Dead 2, which was basically a remake, but they just changed a few things, and then Return of the Living Dead 3.
I mean, there was just so many of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, that's what I'm getting at.
There was like Contagion.
Contagion.
There was Night of the Living Dead. I mean, it was
Diary of the Dead, which Romero did also.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mind that one.
Is that the one? Is that the one in the motorhome when they're
in the first person
filming?
Yeah, we watched it.
They were doing like the Blair Bitch Project.
Yeah, they were doing like with a mummy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they were doing the mummy. The zombies came back. First person point of view.
Perfect.
Hijinks ensued.
Perfect.
And then
it was not bad.
And then like Land of the Dead, like that was the fourth of the Romero zombie series, and I didn't mind that one.
Is that that's the one with the everybody living in the hotel, right?
All the rich people in the hotel and all the poor people live in the streets around the hotel.
I mean, as it should be. I mean,
just like the mayor from Jaws,
Yep.
he kept the beaches open.
He kept the beaches open with a virus raging.
And then I remember I bought this and I took this over your house, Joe. It was Survival of the Dead. It was the 5th movie, and it was a direct sequel to Diary of the Dead. And it had 2 different like screens. It's like, I'm with the living, I'm with the dead. I'm like, why would anybody be with the dead?
Right.
Why? But anyway.
I remember that.
Yes. But the thing is like, do you accredit it to like oversaturation?
Of the zombie market?
Of the zombie market.
I mean, it was at the end. I mean, Walking Dead was out when it came out.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
right. I mean, like Walking Dead was like freaking huge. It was huge like when it dropped, and I remember I was super excited about it.
I mean, I
read the books. Yeah.
I read all the books when it came out for Walking Dead.
Yeah, and I remember specific Joe, his wife and I would get together every Sunday and watch it. Yeah. Watch it until it got bad.
I don't know what I mean, it one of our other episodes, Jumping the Shark.
Yeah.
When Walking Dead jumped the shark.
Can you actually name the exact moment when it jumped the shark?
Yeah,
I think
when Rick died. And then
so?
they tried to pull off a show afterwards.
Yes. Well, I mean, also the whole fact that it, I think when it strayed from the source material, like it strayed from the comic material, and I was like, oh well.
I mean, there was only so much to it that, like I think I read like 70 issues of it.
Yeah.
And then I knew what was going on. And then all of a sudden it was just like, wait, this really didn't happen?
Yeah, exactly.
And I kind of felt like weird about the whole situation. Like, at some point my wife's looking at me being like, oh,
explain it to me.
Explain what's going on. I'm like,
nope. I got nothing.
No, I have nothing. I have nothing that's going on because, I mean, obviously, like, they killed off Rick for all intents and purposes.
They killed off Carl.
Well, they killed off Carl, and Carl didn't die in the comic.
Carl did not die in the comic.
Yeah.
If you read the last comic, you've been warned.
Yeah. Well, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
It's only been about, like, 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's like 2 years BC.
It's actually...
BC is before COVID.
And the thing is, everybody thinks The Walking Dead's the story of Rick or about the zombies. It's the story of Carl.
Yeah.
Carl growing up in that kind of shit. And it ended...
Coral.
It ended with Coral.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you're going to do that stuff. You're going to have the curse of Game of Thrones, I call it. Where you get ahead of the source material and you decide to start pouring your own bullshit into there. I hate it when producers and directors do this crap.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point with The Walking Dead,
I cashed out, man. Fear the Walking Dead's actually better than it.
Okay. Let's not even get into that. I'll come back to that in a second. But like, I mean, it's The Walking Dead right now is just ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. They're filling story gaps. They're giving backstories. It's completely ridiculous.
I did not need a backstory about the zombie that was impaled by a stop sign.
Well, they'll give it to you.
Oh, I know.
They'll do it, and then they'll make you feel bad that you missed it.
Don't you? You're not a real fan.
Yeah. No. I mean,
but the thing is that like, I understand that everybody wants to put their own spin on zombie stuff. Yeah. Sometimes the old methods, like looking at it, like from like Romero's original shit, the original Return of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead. Stick to that, because a lot of the stuff they throw out there. I mean, like, I'll tell you one legitimate gripe I had about Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead was the baby scene.
Oh,
I thought that was in there. It's just like, I think that would be cool, is what the director said, and I'm like, really? I mean, because I understand it happens, but.
You mean at some point that someone that got bit and or could have had a baby at that time?
Yes.
But it doesn't really need I mean, that baby's not threatening.
No, it's non-threatening.
Yeah. I mean part of the problem with the zombies is
they're threatening.
Yeah. Well, it's threatening.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So it's a zombie. I mean, technically, they could have just kept it and held on to it because it couldn't do anything to them.
Right. It had no teeth.
Yeah, and it wasn't going to grow any teeth.
And it's just there. I mean, he did this stuff with his new movie. I mean, he had another was showing like there's two different types of zombies, and he didn't give a backstory on this, which most of the time I don't mind. Okay,
it's always unexplained.
It's always unexplained.
I would just like to know the origin.
Exactly.
And even comics, everything. Like some of my favorite comics, like Black Gas.
Black Gas is awesome.
They give an origin.
They give an origin. It's a gas that comes out of the ground.
It's a gas that comes out of the ground. It reanimates everybody. Crossed. It was a virus.
Just
all these other comics, everything that does it, even the Night of the Living Dead comic gives an origin of all these things. And that's all I just want to know. How did it start? How did it start? What can we avoid to have this happen to us?
Don't go near the gas. Well, when we get into Army of the Dead, the most recent thing by Zack Snyder, he had another baby scene, but there was like...
Save it, Trev.
I'll save it.
Right,
I'm just saying.
That's coming up next.
He's got a fetish for... Well, it's going to be before, Joe, because I'm going to drop the review before this. But if you haven't seen it, we're going to go into depth about the Army of the Dead review. It's a little late, folks. We're getting it to you, but from two of the most expert people in Southwest Michigan, we think we know what we're talking about. We're going to give you the facts about our opinions.
I hope so.
But you're absolutely talking about all the good comic books that they did with the zombies, and they did that. But then, for every Walking Dead show for the first couple seasons, you get something like, I don't know, Z Nation.
Oh, God.
Z Nation, which they wanted to put
you know what? And I'm sorry that I've watched every episode
I've
of
watched
it.
every episode, too.
I watched every episode of it. I'm a DJ Qualls fan.
Yeah, I like him, too. He's like that one friend that you really don't like, but you want to hang out with.
He's all right. He seems fine. You can come on the show anytime.
We'll send you an email.
I do enjoy him.
Yes, I agree.
I enjoyed him in Supernatural.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is besides those movies, I can honestly name like two other zombie movies recently that I really enjoyed, which was 28 Days Later.
Nice.
And like 28 Weeks Later. I enjoyed both those movies. I mean, because they took something, wasn't necessarily zombies. Those were infected. I mean, a lot of people argue this. Well, they're not really dead. I'm like, you're right. They're just they're fucked up from this virus that makes them crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't judge people. You don't know what they're going.
Yeah. You think they're going from you when their knife's sticking out of their chest, but you're like, did they deserve it or did they not deserve it?
You just can't. You just can't be that mean.
I can't deal with it.
You got to be more woke than that, Travis.
But there are just a ton of B movie zombie stuff that is out there that we couldn't name. Just sit an entire episode of the show and just name the titles of these zombie movies that are bad, and it would fill up the whole episode.
Yeah. Dead Alive.
Well, Dead Alive is good because of, I mean, it launched Peter Jackson,
Yeah.
but it is probably the goriest movie I have ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, I really can't look. I can't watch the entire movie without like lurching.
Yeah, you know, right? You're like, oh, I'm glad I didn't eat. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Like I can't even eat oatmeal anymore because of the scene where the mother's
I didn't even think about that.
ear falls off in her oatmeal, and then she eats it.
Something about her uterus swallowing her son again. I'm like, zombies can't do that, can they? And wait, that gave a reason, Joe. It was some effed up rat monkey that caused it.
That's right. You're completely right.
But you know what? It happened in New Zealand, so I really don't care.
Yeah.
It's New Zealand.
Yeah. I mean, that's easily containable.
It's easily containable. You're on an island, you're fucked. Okay, I'm going to talk about the movies. One of my biggest pet peeves about it, and I'll go into a different episode about directors, but I'm going to talk about it right now. The Resident Evil movies.
Okay. I like Resident Evil.
I love the games. The games
me
are beautiful, but the Resident Evil movies kind of piss me off because, yes, Mila Jovovich, that's cool. She's got superpowers and stuff, but this isn't about fucking superpowers. This is about survival horror. Hey, these are human beings trying to survive.
Well, okay, so this is the thing. So it wasn't apparent that she had like superpowers until the third one.
Oh, second one.
Was it the second one?
She rode in on a motorcycle, did a front flip off of it, landed with like machine guns going, and like she fought Nemesis. That was number 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she fought Nemesis. Now, if you ever played the video game Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, that game will screw with you because that game is fun, and it's about a monster that's hunting you the entire time.
Right.
This thing's badass. You can knock it down 100 times, keeps getting up. Thing's a prick, all right? So but she had no problem fighting it. And how much do you think Mila Jovovich weighs? 140 pounds? Conservatively?
With weapons? Yeah, about 140.
Well, how many bullets does she got on it? I'm not quite sure.
Corbandalis multipass.
Okay, multipass. I'm like, oh, it is the fifth element. Oh my god, that makes sense now. Maybe she was the fifth element in there.
Yeah,
but no, the Earth turned into a desert in the next fucking movie.
Right.
So,
I mean, they were good.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
What?
The Resident Evil movies.
Well, let's agree to disagree.
I agree to disagree on that because they ruined all the characters.
I celebrate the whole collection.
He does. He celebrates the entire catalog.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I like to suspend my disbelief.
Right. Now,
I think that a supermodel should be fighting zombies at all times.
You think so?
I do.
What was that? There was I actually bought the comics from you, Joe. It was a zombie comic book, and it was all about porn stars. They were all
Yes.
yeah. They're doing a shot on a adult film, and zombie outbreak happened.
Yes.
See, you do a trend like this. You don't like given the zombies' abilities to reproduce and like do kind of crazy shit.
What was the name of that one?
I don't remember.
Oh,
It's messing with me.
It's so good. I had like number 1. I had variant issues. I was like, oh yeah, dude, this is badass.
I remember you came up to me like, dude, this is great. I'm like, what is it? It's about a zombie outbreak. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of comic books like this. Yeah, but they're all porn stars. I'm like,
yep.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. It was really good.
Yes. So we went from there. But no, you take that, you twist it a little bit. I think if you change the walks of life, you got infinite amount of stories. It's them changing the fundamental nature of what like a zombie movie's about.
Well, I mean, it's all about the people that are living.
Right, but
and how they deal with it.
But then you get that trope that every last person alive is a dickbag and they're going to screw someone over.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, everybody's out for themselves at that point.
I think we learned this with all the toilet paper problems last year.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
You're gonna see that many people run in there or buy 14 cases of Mountain Dew at the grocery store.
I'm just gonna tell you right now that like I live with my wife and my 3 daughters, and I was worried.
Yeah, you
I
were.
mean, I mean, shit just broke out, and I was like, I don't know how we're gonna wipe. So,
Well, then you look at the dog. You're like, well, maybe they got it all figured out.
yeah, maybe they do.
And then he had a dream, and then the voice said to him, "A dog will lead you."
Yes, but no, yeah. I mean, you saw how society broke down at that point. I mean,
And it was over toilet paper.
I mean, I have pictures of like being in like Walmart, being like, there's nothing here.
There's nothing here. Yeah.
And you're talking, I mean, and let's not, I mean, you're talking about a virus that like wasn't animating the dead.
Yeah, it wasn't. And the dead weren't breaking down
It was
your door.
killing unhealthy old people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know.
Right. But and those said dead that it wasn't reanimating, weren't breaking down your door and spreading the virus that way either.
Yeah, and at no point was anybody.
So that's what makes me think for a minute. I'm like, well, maybe they got an idea right about these zombie movies, and just a little bit.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. So at no point in the 10 seasons of Walking Dead, has anyone
Went to the bathroom?
over? Well, I don't. Well, I mean, in any movie, no one
Has gone to the bathroom.
has gone to the bathroom.
Zombieland.
Okay, they
Zombieland.
did. They did.
They made a point
But
to say
what
it.
I'm saying is, at no point ever in the entire history of The Walking Dead has anyone gone to the bathroom or fought about
Toilet paper. So think about that, future screenwriters. Think about that. Work that in there. I'm pretty sure you have, because I don't know. My girlfriend and I were watching. We were watching YouTube or something, and we saw something about Corona zombies. And she's like, "Oh, take a look at that!" And then we looked at it, and it was like another zombie movie, and somebody took the footage out of there and recut it a little bit and renamed it Coronavirus. They got some bimbo on there. It was like, she's like, "What are Corona zombies?" I'm like, you could obviously see the different footage that's going on here. I'm like,
Did one of them have like toilet paper off the back of their feet?
No, I didn't watch the whole thing because I can only handle so much abuse when I'm watching a movie. Okay, it's bad. Okay, I can handle a bad movie. I can tough my way through it if I'm going to do a review.
Yeah.
No, this was before the show too. Before I started doing this, and I'm like, I can't deal with this shit. I was like, I'm not. And also, it was $3.99 to rent on Amazon, and I'm like, I'm not spending $4 on this shit. I know I sound really cheap right now, but I don't give a fuck. It is that bad. But
$3.99 is a lot.
I know, right? I mean, you can buy a Filet-O-Fish as well as some French fries.
I mean, the only movie that's worth $3.99 is Beach Blanket Bingo.
Beach Blanket Bingo. I've never seen it, but I didn't know. I did mention two zombie movie that I think is good that came out recently. I mean, in the last 10 years, that is good and it isn't watered down by all the people. It was Zombieland. I liked it. It just spun it in a different way. It didn't change what zombies were all about. No, I mean, look, I could give a flying fuck if they walk or run.
Cardio.
It's cardio. Well, yeah.
Gotta have cardio.
Right. I mean, I've always
double tap, make sure it's dead.
Yes, I mean, I have always wondered what an anal retentive germaphobe would do in the zombie apocalypse. Apparently, be Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah,
apparently. So that one I haven't seen Double Tap yet.
Well,
I know
seen it.
I am disappointed in myself. I heard it's really good.
I enjoyed it.
But I'm trying to come to mind, like, have you ever seen The Dead Next Door? Okay, so this one had a lot of... this one was trying too hard to pay homage to everything, okay? So, like, everybody in this movie is named after, like, a classic horror director. Like, one of the main good guys, his name's Raimi.
Oh.
And we're not counting, like, the Evil Dead as part of the zombie stuff, because that's a whole other category in my eye.
That's like mystical.
Yes, mystical shit.
Yeah,
So
that's magic. No.
it's magic, and they're a little different because zombies don't float. So it's like Raimi and like one guy's named Savini, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. You're paying homage, and it's about a cult that worships zombies, and there's like a cure, and it makes like a hybrid zombie that's smart. And I'm like, cool, and it was low budget. All right, so that's one of the examples I can actually say that like they didn't change fundamentally what zombies were about. They just took it in a different way. Okay. But it was done in like with a gratuitous amount of cheese, because the good guys were driving around and
like a Gouda.
Like a Gouda, not Gouda. It's not Gouda. It's kind of a monster.
Oh, okay.
As in, it's like it's not as good as I thought it would.
Okay.
But no, like the good guys drive around in this car, and you know what they got on the side of it? Zombie patrol. Mind you, the world's overrun with zombies, and you're gonna put zombie patrol on the side of your car. You have time to do lettering on a fucking car.
Are we talking like vinyl?
I don't know. It's some type of acrylic. I don't know. I didn't look too hard, but you know that's a movie that you can take a look at, and it was like. I'm like, yeah, it's good. It had some good ideas, had some eye-opening ideas on there, but it is cheap. Yeah, I get it. People do zombie movies.
I mean, it didn't have the budget of Z Nation.
Z Nation went on for too long. I'm sorry. I mean,
I think like 4 unprecedented seasons of garbage.
I think more than that.
I think it's 4.
I got to season 3.
Yeah, I think it went 4,
and it did a lot like. Oh my God, Z Nation was a lot like Army of the Dead in that speaking, because when Murphy bit one of the zombies, he had control over it, and it was like a little different than the rest of them.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and I'm like, huh. Well, I'm not saying Zack. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing Zack Snyder. I'm going to bash him in a different.
Oh man.
Thing.
We're gonna get down on him.
Good and bad. Okay, look, Zack Snyder, I give you the utmost respect for Justice League, your cut of it.
I'm actually waiting for the Snyder cut of Army of the Dead.
They said that wasn't going to happen, Joe. They said that wasn't happening because you got all the footage that we could possibly shot right now.
No. They said that there's the Snyder cut, and they're going to put
3 or more hours on it.
Yeah, there's going to be like 3 more hours. They're going to make it in 4:3 aspect ratio. They're gonna put what's his name in it? The guy that they cut, was his name Delia or
Delia?
Yeah, the guy that
the
they
mom
cut.
from Beetlejuice.
No. The comedian that they cut out of it, and then they put the new helicopter pilot in. I don't know why we're talking about that movie, because we're gonna do that. We're gonna rip that one up. Yes.
Well, actually, it's going to be ripped up before this one, but yeah. I mean,
whatever.
I digress.
Yeah, we're going to rip it up.
We're going to rip it up. The thing is if you haven't seen Land of the Dead, though, I mean, I'm going to get back to Romero for a quick minute. You haven't seen Land of the Dead, though, that's the part where Romero really went off rails on this, because there was a main zombie character in that movie. It was called Big Daddy, all right? It was, I don't remember if you remember watching it. He was like a gas station attendant.
Yeah.
And he was smarter than the rest of the zombies.
Let's go with like mechanic.
Mechanic, yeah, okay.
All right.
He worked at a garage. So he was smarter than the rest of the zombies. And he started teaching the rest of the zombies. He had a vendetta. He understood shit. It's like he evolved, right? No. See, I don't like that. They're dead. They're not dead. They're not a new life form, okay? It's not Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They didn't get merged into something. It's dead, okay?
I mean, but you have to create something. I mean, when you're dealing with something, that movie was still good.
It was good.
It was good.
You know, you can like things about stuff and not like other things about it.
But I agree. They've never done a zombie with a personality.
No, they did. Day of the Dead 2. They had Bub. I didn't like the Bub thing in Day of the Dead 2.
Yeah. But they were developing it, so it was more like an animal.
Right.
I mean, it kind of had like
Coco the gorilla with his sign language.
Yeah.
But they were learning on their own, and like he was teaching the rest of them, and they're evolving, and I'm like, eh. Yeah.
Well, they use tools effectively.
They used tools at the first one. They were using like a rock to break the window and shit like that. So,
not cool.
No, I mean, my opinion, you don't get smarter after you're dead.
No,
we're not. No, I disagree.
Right. But let's agree to disagree.
So I have to Joe. So Joe, in your mind, what do you think is the worst zombie flick you've ever seen?
Oh man,
I have seen some stinkers.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think right now, and I'd hate to have dead air.
It's okay. We can get it in post.
I mean, you tell me what your
Okay, I will tell you right now, and it's also one of the worst video game movies ever. House of the Dead. You bow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think that you're absolutely right.
It is the worst.
It was the best video game with the worst movie ever.
Yes, House of the Dead is a great light gun shooter. All right, it's awesome.
My god, I love that game so much.
Yes, House of the Dead is great.
Yeah.
But that movie is just the biggest flaming piece of shit I've ever seen. Yeah. I'm not even gonna throw the synopsis out.
Which was the other one that was really, really bad was the Broken Lizard one.
There's a zombie movie they did?
Yeah, they did the Camp Dead or something like
Camp
that.
Dread. No, that's Club Dread, and it was a slasher movie.
Huh?
That was a slasher movie. That wasn't zombies.
It wasn't zombies?
No. Bill Paxton's in that. I know any movie Bill Paxton's in because it automatically gets cool when he's in there.
You celebrate the whole collection.
The entire collection, folks. That one's really,
House of the Dead was bad. That was the one that they were at. They were on.
They went to a rave.
They went to a rave
on an island.
Okay. That one's really, really bad. But Return of the Living Dead.
Rave from the
grave.
Rave to the grave. Yeah.
Yes. That movie
is stinking. Yeah, it's stinking.
It was a pile of shit.
Well, yeah, because they were using. We mentioned earlier that the chemical kills the ability of weed to be give you that great feeling, and it brings the dead back to life.
Just make ecstasy with it.
Well, they were huffing it. They're like, oh my god, they're turning people into fucking. You didn't check your test market. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of meth makers and a lot of people that sell crack cocaine to people aren't.
They want their customers to come back.
They want their customers to come back, even though they're not going to come back as much as usual if they're in a good state. They're in good health. But this killed the people outright, and they're like, oh. I turned them into zombies. That's great. You Rave to the Grave. You actually that's on par with it, Joe. That's and now, mind you, I'm going to let everybody out there know that this topic is not over because we will be discussing zombies multiple times on this show.
I can go on and on about them.
Yes, but there's only a certain amount of time in every episode. But we have to say that these were a lot of the good examples of zombie films that we really enjoyed, and what we feel like is, pride to the entire genre and why it works so well. We're going to come back with the worst stuff we saw. That's to be discussed in the future. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for listening. As usual.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming out, keeping the scene alive.
And thank you very much. I want to give another quick shout out to another good zombie movie before we leave, is Shaun of the Dead. Oh. Because that is not only a great example of a parody, not a spoof, a good parody, but just a good zombie movie because they followed the rules on it. But anyway, this is Travis from the Broken Battery Pop Culture Podcast. Thank you very much for listening to us tonight. And please like and subscribe. You can follow us on most outlets that have podcasts where you can subscribe to. You can also find us on Spotify. You follow us on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook.
Man, click that thumbs up button, bro.
The best is yet to come.
Absolutely.
You guys have a nice night.